Hello everyone and welcome to the Cannolo Report. I'm Giovanna Battaglia from the Culture Department of Splendid Sicily, and we're broadcasting from Sicily. This week I want to thank Mary Catalano from New York, Sal Di Martino from New Jersey, Gina Peterson from Canada, and John Tudona from Michigan for making a donation on our website. If you would like to help us to continue to do this, please go on the donation section and make a small donation. Now let's talk about her beautiful Sicily that is waiting for you for your vacation. And here the situation is absolutely perfect. Sun, sea, and culture, good food, and no epidemic. La Siciliana is a typical 6/8 or 12/8 melody with the typical performance of a dance, and that since the 1600s was used by almost all the greatest composers who often introduced it in their compositions. It is very romantic and evokes the pastoral atmosphere. Let's listen to a moment of Vivaldi's Siciliana and then Bach's. The cannolo is one of the most loved pastry in the world and one of the symbols of Sicily, but you can never stop talking enough about it. It is truly extraordinary to think of its simplicity, a waffle fried in lard and filled with ricotta. There, the Sicilian ricotta that only in Sicily has that flavor, the child of centuries and centuries of humus, of grass, grazed by sheep, that has a particular flavor and composition, and which makes ricotta indeed special. In short, 100% pure cannoli can only be eaten in Sicily. And now it's time for the weekly report. We present Vicenza Catanese, a wonderful woman from Cefalù.
Piccolo Carmine Papa. Io sono nata all'ultimo piano, numero 8.
I was born on the top floor, on number 8. I spent my childhood sitting on those steps, playing the 5 stones.
Ho passato la mia infanzia seduta su quei gradini a giocare 5 peggi.
That warehouse was ours, and my father used to put the donkey.
E mio padre ci metteva l'asino.
My Sicily is made of its incredible history. Populations that mix, which means culture, art, inspiration. An island in the middle of the Mediterranean, an island that has seen reign the Phoenicians, Greeks, Arabs, Byzantines, Normans, Swabians, Angevins, Spaniards, and Bourbons. Yes, my Sicily is made of its incredible history that becomes a temple, mosaic, fishing, agriculture. A story that also goes into the kitchen, and as the Greek geographer Strabon wrote, the kitchen becomes a perfect symphony of colors. With the inexpensive eggplants was born the true masterpiece of popular cuisine, la caponata. Always with fried eggplants, the parmigiana. An Etna chef created la pasta alla norma for the famous Catanese musician Vincenzo Bellini, steaming pasta, tomato, fried eggplants, and salted ricotta. With fish, the pride of our sea, we prepare I sardi a beccafico, which means fig pecker sardines, or the famous pasta chisarde, that is pasta with sardines, wild fennel, pine nuts, and muddica turrata, which is toast crumb.
Ho detto la pasta con le sarde, no? Che il condimento l'avevo preparato ieri.
Today for you I prepared the pasta with sardines and caponata. Archestrato, the wise men of Gela, already existed 300 years before Christ, sang the joys of Sicilian cuisine. Take a piece of tuna, cut it into slices and roast it, season with salt and grease it with oil. It would be excellent food to make the mouth water, even to the gods. The legend tells us that the vine in Sicily was brought by Dionysus, god of joy and well-being. With a blaze of ricotta and sugar, we have Sicilian cannoli and Sicilian cassata, an explosion of flavor and color with its candied fruit. But Sicily is not only cuisine, it is also sun, sea, the scent of orange blossoms, yellow broom plants, and lemons. My Sicily is also the simplicity and hospitality of my neighbor Concetta, who does beautiful loom work. It is Auceria, which is an ancient market, Mount Etna. The Temples Valley. The Greek Theater of Syracuse. Taormina, the Palatine Chapel, the Val di Noto with the Baroque wonders, it is the sanctuary of Gibilmanna and of Tindari. My Sicily is above all my country. Cefalù, nestled at the foot of the Rocca, home of the giant Cyclops, and Diana, goddess of the hunting. With its majestic cathedral from 1131 that stands on the roofs of our houses, its medieval old town, the alleys and narrow streets, the small arches that bind a building to another, the dotted courtyards with flowering vases, the medieval washhouse, the artisans, children playing free on the street, balconies with hanging clothes. My Sicily is also my sea urchins, caught in the Mediterranean Sea, the Nostrum Sea, and then delicately work to make my jewels. Sea jewels, Sicilian jewels. A strange idea. How strange are we Sicilians? One day when I was on the beach, I saw something shine in the water. It had a wonderful color. I picked it, and it was a sea urchin. Here it is, the first jewel I made with sea urchins. It takes a lot of patience with the sea urchins, because they are very delicate. My Sicily are also my books. I have written many, and many are still in my mind. This is Scent of Hot Bread, dedicated to my parents, and to that smell that you can never forget. But my Sicily is above all greeting, generosity, hospitality. These Sicilians are my Sicily.
Vincenzo, ci salutiamo per dire donna di Sicilia bagnata.
Sì, fortunata, donna fortunata.
We're Sicilian women, lucky women.
Grazie.
Who is Vincenza Catanese? Vincenza Catanese was born in 1949 in Cefalù. He's a typical Sicilian figure, with so many inspirations and a great inner poetry. Poet, writer, musical author, atelier, but above all, as she says, wife, mother, and grandmother. She invented the jewels made with sea urchins. She lives part of the year in Cefalù and part of the year in Gibilmanna, that is a bit by the sea and a bit in the mountains.
Gentili signori cari, tutto quello che state vedendo.
Dear friends, what are you enjoying of Splendid Sicily has been possible because of our love and devotion to Sicily. Splendid Sicily is self-sustaining. It depends on donations from those who love Sicily and Sicilians all over the world. So, please, support us, otherwise, in a while, we'll be upside down.
Se amate veramente la Sicilia, altrimenti noi fra un po' accappottiamo.
For any information, do not hesitate to contact our cultural department. We are available to all the world for anyone who desires Sicily. This is our mission. This is the Ispica Canyon, where prehistory, history, and nature all get together. 15 kilometers of fascinating magic, silences, mysteries. A world carved out of stone, squeezed between the high walls of the canyon and crossed by a river. This is the Canadian War Cemetery in Agida, central Sicily. It is a World War II cemetery where 490 young Canadians are buried. It looks like a paradise. This is Trapani, western Sicily. It is a beautiful city overlooking the sea, 150 kilometers from Africa. The small historical center has a strong Oriental Arab charm. 3 characteristics of Trapani: coral jewels, cannoli, and couscous. On June 2nd, 1743, Count Cagliostro was born in Palermo, an Italian adventurer, esotericist, and alchemist. In his life, he used to do all sorts of things, including scams, falsifications, and inventions of powders. He used to say miraculous. Often in these scams, he was assisted by his beautiful wife Lorenza. After a wandering life in the various European courts, he was sentenced by the Catholic Church to life imprisonment for heresy and imprisoned in the fortress of San Leo. In this exceptional video of the Luce Institute of 1932, we are in Noto, where the festival of the Mandorlin Fiore takes place, which marks the arrival of spring. We are in the days of Mussolini's fascism. This is the minister sent by the Duce. All the Sicilian ladies of about 100 years ago are also elegant. Cars and tractors decorated with almond blossoms parade. Men with hats and caps. Curiously, even today, in Noto there is a festival among the best known in Sicily, the Infiorata, with wonderful flower arrangements in the streets of the city. A meraviglia piglia, the amazement rubs on, which means that one should not be surprised or criticize the behavior of another person, since he too could do the same. In this photo from the 1950s, there is this beautiful girl passing by the elderly Sicilians. Everyone pretended not to see her, as she came from afar. But now that she's passing, those behind have turned to look at her and smile. The others are still indifferent and are serious, but ready to behave like those two behind as soon as the beautiful Sicilian has given her back or better to say, the rare. Wednesday, June 3rd, the television will broadcast for the show somewhere in a square, Savoca, when Sicily dazzles you in a couple of minutes and makes you its prey for eternity. Monday, June 8th, the radio will broadcast an episode of the series, A Sicilian Along the Chattahoochee, entitled The Duke Varna, The Beautiful Betty and the Fox. Wednesday, June 17th, the television will broadcast the show Running Sicily. You will see our troupe race inside the wonderful canyon of Pantalica. Greetings to all, and we look forward to seeing you in Sicily for your vacation. Everything is over by us, and the same is happening all over the world. We removed the masks and put on the bathing suit. We will see you in 15 days. A kiss to the whole world. Mwah!